Welcome to Shitcast, the podcast where hosts Warren Money, that's me, and Alicia Renee Money
Hello.
leave no cinematic stone unturned. Get ready for some raw, unfiltered discussions as we ruthlessly dissect the films we love, loathe, and everything in between. From the big screen goofs
To the smallest petty details.
no aspect of cinema is safe from our relentless scrutiny. So grab your popcorn and prepare for some brutally honest movie talk with Shitcast.
Basically, Shitcast is going to be our hot takes on a bunch of random movies from A to Z. This week we're starting with A, obviously. We watched Alien vs. Predator today, a movie that kind of is a lot better than I remember it.
A lot better. Can't believe how much better it was from what I saw it. I thought it was a blue movie, like everything was toned in blue and was awful small sets and looked cheap and everything like that. And there was nothing cheap about that film today.
No, not at all. I remember, I haven't seen it probably in about 20 years, and I remember loving certain elements of the film, like the face huggers, because they're my favourite thing ever. But other than that, I thought it was just, cheap throwaway popcorn stuff. But it's actually a kind of really well-made B movie.
It is. It's not the best
I'm
Alien
shocked
film.
to say
Yeah.
it is.
But it is in top 5,
Well,
maybe even top 4.
fun trivia, James Cameron and Ridley Scott, after hearing that this movie was going to be made, basically went, no, that's a really bad idea. That just tarnishes the brand of both Alien and Predator. Ridley Scott, to this day, still has not seen the movie. James Cameron saw it and went, actually, this is probably the third best one in the franchise.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
I would actually have to agree with him.
Yeah, I mean, I love Alien 3. I'm a Fincher fan. There's a good film there. The producer's cut's awesome.
There's a good film in there, but that's a discussion for another time.
Okay, we'll do that another time.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll read the plot synopsis for those who haven't actually seen the film or know about the film. Oh, major spoilers, by the way. We're not gonna.
Yeah, we're not holding back. So
no.
if you don't like spoilers, maybe see the movie before listening to this.
Sorry, Dave. Okay, so the plot is from, according to IMDb, during an archaeological expedition to Buvatoya Island in the Antarctica, a team of archaeologists and other scientists find themselves caught up in a battle between the two legends. Soon, the team realize that only one species can win. That's not a very good synopsis.
No.
It doesn't really sell it to me.
No.
It's Alien versus Predator.
Yeah.
And should actually be Aliens, because that's a misnomer.
Aliens versus Predators.
Because they were massive
There's
amount.
multiple of both.
Yeah.
But
I suppose they just wanted to save on the characters. And I'm not talking about the characters in the film, which they did save on.
I mean, the plot synopsis
characters
should actually be, centered around who the movie is for, and this movie is for gamers. If you enjoy playing video games, then this movie is for you, because pretty much every set piece is a new level to a video game. It's a bunch of one-dimensional characters who get killed off, but who cares, because it's awesome and it's a really fun ride.
It was.
Yeah.
I mean, Paul W.S. Anderson, I think widescreen is what WS stands for, because his film's always a widescreen. He surprises me every time. I mean, he was the perfect choice for this movie, because all his other films are very similar in tone and I don't know, aesthetic.
Yeah.
But wow, it blew me away how cool it looked. It looked like a proper movie. I must have like my DVD I had must have been like really badly mastered because it was I always thought the film just had a blue hue, and it looked cheap, and it was like you could see everything. You couldn't see anything in this
Has it
version.
been remastered since?
Must have
It
been
must have been because I remember the exact same thing. That it was just a whole pile of blue and
cheap.
looking, and it's not
It's not cheap.
at all.
No, it's very good. I recommend this one, but we're not going to get to our recommendations till the end
Yes.
because
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any production tidbits?
I probably should. I know that production was a bit of a shit show on this, and they had very little time to do it. I think they had something ridiculous like 10 weeks.
That's not long. What, to actually make the movie and write it?
I think it was already written, but they had 10 weeks to pull it all together, and they had to keep the budget under $50 million, so they couldn't film it in Hollywood. They had to film it in Prague, which only cost them $2 million.
Well, what did the 48 go on? Actually, everything.
The set design and the creature, like the practical effects.
Yeah.
Clearly.
What's his name? Alec Gillis and Tom Woodruff Jr.?
Yeah. Tom Woodruff Jr., who played the xenomorph in the movie.
What was its name?
Grid, because one of the predators in the movie puts a net over his head and it creates a grid-like pattern.
Of the blood.
Of his acid for blood.
Oh, it was great. And we were like, at one point we were watching it and it was like we're going, this doesn't have any gore at all, towards the humans. And it was like, this PG rating is pretty bad and all that. And all of a sudden it just turned itself around when there's this gore on Alien versus Predator. Those two were meeting each other up. And I don't mean meeting as in like, I'm talking like, it was awesome.
Yeah.
And seeing the alien go through the predator's head and all that was great.
But again, it was a video game thing. It's like, you'd expect to see that kind of thing at the end of every level of a video game. And it was satisfying in that way. But when the human element came into it, and with the human kills, it was kind of like,
yeah, it was
this suffers from a PG rating. It really did.
Reminds me of Halloween 5 when they cut all the gore out and like someone to get like slashed. Exactly the same thing as this one.
Yeah.
I think they were made around. No, that was made after. Like you see them slash a human or whip it with its tail or whatever, and then there would be a cut and blood splatter on a wall or on something, and it's like, if only we just saw like the head get cleaned off or something.
Yeah. That's satisfying.
Yeah, with the good sound effects.
Yeah.
Yeah, all that stuff.
That could just be us, though.
We're sick.
Although I don't think so, because that was a major critique of the movie, was the fact that it was the only one in the franchise that is PG. And it does suffer, which is a shame because there is kind of a good movie.
Well, you can do PG gore. I mean, look at what's out now, like the Conjuring movies. A couple of them, like they're PG-13 and they're damn well intense.
Yeah, but that's paranormal.
Yeah,
Well, that's
but
more about the tension.
But there are
less
some
about the
gory ones. I mean, what was that one? Happy Death Day, wasn't that PG-13?
What's that?
Yeah, I think it was. And that was a slasher film. Pretty sure it was. I don't know. We don't have that rating over here, so it would be M. So M for us is PG-13. And when she swore, I was like, oh, there was a swear word when she said fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I hope it kills all the fucking things or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is definitely a movie that does not get away with the PG rating at all. There are several moments where you're like, come on. And
Yeah.
okay.
It's a bit flaccid in parts. But, I mean, that's the nature of a PG film.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine if it was our PG.
What's our PG?
E.T. and things like that. Star Wars is PG.
Oh, you mean 80s PG?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, our PG was like, Ghostbusters and Gremlins and...
Never Ending Story. Yeah.
Oh.
Watching Artex die.
Have we got that coming up this year on the show?
Do we put them?
I don't think we
It can be.
No. No, it's not. N is something completely different.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because we're going to have a season, guys. Just
Yeah.
to go back to where we were, we're going to have seasons, and we're going to have 26 episodes per season, maybe a couple of bonus episodes,
Yeah.
because we want to talk all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And when we go for the next season, I can spoil it for them. Yeah,
Yeah, why not?
Okay, the next season's going to be about sequels because it's 2. And we're not going to just have part 2s. We're going to have all sequels, but it's all going to be about the sequels next year or next season. Next year? I'm planning ahead.
Whenever we get to
Yeah,
season 2.
it'll probably be next
whatever.
week
Yep.
because we'll probably talk for about 4 or 5 hours here. Okay, so we've probably shot our load on the reaction to it because our reaction is pretty much it's a sad missed opportunity.
Yeah. But at the same time, I was genuinely surprised
I was blown away, to be
by
honest.
some elements of it. For people that don't know me, I am obsessed with aliens. I'm a horror artist, and Giga's work just informs my art, that biomechanical sort of thing. So I'm obsessed with Alien. I'm obsessed with aliens and the creature effects behind it. So, high standards, very high standards. And this movie actually blew me away with the practical effects.
Facehugger flying through the air. I was like, oh my God, that's the scariest thing I've ever seen. I would not want to see that in real life. I would probably have died of a heart attack before the facehugger could get to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I would react. I think I'd be like, do some weird ninja chop thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, so we're going to go for any of our notes and things like that. We're going to look through them.
Yeah, we should.
Because we took notes. Something that I'm finding I'm doing in a lot more movies. Hey, everyone out there on Bede's podcast. Yeah, we're going to record this morning, but we're saving that. Okay, so the beginning, the first shot of the film's amazing, I think.
Yeah, it was great, but I found the opening, I guess I wouldn't call it derivative, but it was an homage to a lot of, it felt like it was an
Independence
homage
Day.
to a lot of different movies. Like,
Yep.
When our main protagonist, Alexa, was climbing up the ice, I got some Mission Impossible 2 vibes. Like, she's on the phone to Wayland, like, this is your mission, should you choose to accept it? I'm like, this very Mission Impossible. And then they assemble the team and get in a helicopter and flow across water to this weird island. Very Jurassic Park. And then when we land in a weird outpost in Antarctica, it's like, we're in the thing.
Gung, gung.
Yeah. Gung,
So I'm
gung.
going to do all the special effects and sound effects. But the first shot, though, I thought was amazing because it looked like an alien queen. And then all of a sudden it just turns around and it's a satellite.
That was purposeful.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'd hope so.
Yeah.
Jeez, if they didn't, they did a great mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was great. But I did get some great stuff out of it, considering they were watching Frankenstein meets the Wolfman on there, and I'm a Universal horror guy. You can't see it really. Back there, you can see it.
Can we see it in this light? Yeah.
Well, you can see the Wolfman.
Yeah. Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Just barely.
Yes, the Wolfman. I got that for Christmas. It was great.
Should we go through some of the characters?
Who?
The characters.
Who? The One Dimes.
Yes. The characters.
Yeah, they did not have much.
That is our other big critique of the movie. I mean, because it is very much like a video game, the characters did not get much development whatsoever. They were all
Not much. They had none.
But our main protagonist was Sana Lathan, who played Alexa. She gave a reasonably good performance. I remember this lady from Nip Tuck season 4. She played a character named Michelle Landau, who sort of took over the business, and she was badass, sexy chick. So I knew she had it in her, and I don't think she brought all of it to this performance. She wasn't bad, but I've seen her do better.
Oh, Spud.
Spud, Ewan Bremner from Train Spotting.
Yeah.
Who we will just call Spud.
He's
'cause
Spud. He's never
Spud.
going to be anyone else. I mean,
Yeah.
wasn't he in Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yes, he was.
And
Yeah.
when I watched that at the cinema, I shouted out "Spud," and everyone just started laughing. It was because he's a great actor. He's actually
He
really
is.
good. He knows what he's in.
But the characters are so one-dimensional in this movie that apparently his character was a chemical engineer. You wouldn't know that.
Well, I mean, there was no chemical engineering stuff done.
No.
But we know he's got two boys.
Yeah. Yes, he has two boys.
Scotty was one of them.
yeah.
I remember Scotty.
He likes to show pictures of his children to random strangers. That is
his thing. His shtick.
Yeah. And we had Tom Woodruff Jr. actually played the xenomorph grid.
He actually did. I think he did more than that, but they like reused him in different suits or for different shots. I think they would. I mean, he's the main effects guy. He would have been in many.
Yeah, he's one. He has a long history with the Alien franchise. He's won awards for I think both Alien 3 and Death Becomes Her in 1992 for his effects work in that.
I'm glad that Alien 3 got some love.
Yeah.
Because that film's underrated.
Yeah. It's weird, though, that movie won awards for effects and this movie didn't, because
it's much better.
Comparatively, the effects in this are way better.
Did Aliens win any awards?
I should know the answer.
She's obsessed with it. She should bloody know it. Yeah.
I actually don't think they did.
No. Because just the visceral bleh of the eggs.
They didn't give a lot of love to horror and sci-fi horror back in the day.
You called it horror. I
It's
love
'cause
you.
It is horror.
It is horror.
But
Hey, like Jaws. It's a horror film.
You hear that, Dave?
Horror
Jaws is
film.
a horror movie.
Horror. It's on camera, so it's real, mate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We have Ian White playing the Predator. This guy is a professional stuntman who's played Predator in pretty much all the Predator movies after Kevin Peter Hall.
Yeah. I was going to say.
Yeah.
But Derek Mears played him in Predators. Was it Predators? Yes, it was. No.
No, I don't know.
I think it was Predators. He was the guy that was strung up.
He's been the main Predator.
Which one was the one where the Predator was strung up as prey? It was all a ploy to get. That wasn't Requiem, was it? Oh God.
I don't know.
Oh God.
I don't know. Coming back for his
fourth.
No, third. Yeah.
Third. He wasn't in
wasn't in the
Resurrection.
Yeah, he wasn't in the first one either. So this will be his third foray into the Alien franchise. Is Lance Henriksen playing Charles Bishop Wayland?
Great idea to name the middle name Bishop.
Yeah, love that. But he was a completely different character in this movie. In Alien 3, he is portrayed as
a nasty piece of work.
As a nasty piece of work. And if you've seen Prometheus and the prequels and stuff, you kind of get the impression that Wayland is a piece of shit. But they really humanize him in this movie. Their way of humanizing him is kind of lame. They basically gave him lung cancer, I think. So
well,
like,
it metastasized.
I'm sick. Feel sorry for me. I've got to do this because I'm dying.
And he had that speech, though, when he said, this is my last sort of thing I'm going to do in my life.
Yeah.
And, you people are here to make this dream come true.
Yeah.
It's like if Elon Musk said, I'm giving free internet to everyone.
Yeah. So they tried to make him human. I didn't buy it, but...
Well, he's not a robot.
That's okay. We had Raul Bova play Sebastian, our sexy Italian archaeologist.
But is that an Italian name?
Yeah, he's Italian.
Okay.
He is Italian. I
But
did check. He's an Italian actor.
But that's a Spanish name, isn't it?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But he's Italian.
Anyway. He's a cool dude. I thought his character was actually pretty cool. I love archaeology.
Hated his character so much.
Exposition man.
Yeah, he's exposition man. not only was he exposition man, he was just informing us of things that we could already see on the screen. Like, the doors are closing. Yes, we
Yeah.
are literally watching the doors close right now. Thank you, buddy.
I
Please don't
actually
do that
I
in
enjoy,
movies. I hate it.
but he was like
We
Indiana
can see
Jones.
it. We can see it.
He was
You don't need to
It was
see
a Jarlo Indiana Jones.
I'm glad he died. Spoiler alert. I'm
Yeah.
glad he died.
Yeah, he died in a miraculous way though. She shot him. Spoiler. Yeah, but we didn't see the bullet hole going through the head. It would have been nice to have it look like a slow mo of the
Yeah.
bullet going.
A lesson to future Alien franchisee filmmakers: R rating. You've got to
Except,
have it.
except no substitute.
Yep. We have Colin Salmon playing Maxwell.
Salmon.
No, Salmon, I'm pretty sure, because he's Dutch.
Oh,
Oh, no, sorry. This is the British guy. It is Salmon. Maxwell Stafford. He's our British Special Forces
he's
agent.
the guy that was on the phone to her when she's going up the cliff.
Yeah,
Not Wayland.
Yeah, he's the sexy black guy.
Is he?
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay. He was in Bond
He's the sexy
films.
black guy.
He was really good in the Bond
But
films.
his character was literally British Special Forces guy. That's all you need to know.
But I actually got from it that he was Wayland's assistant.
He is.
Yeah, but I didn't get that that he's special forces. When did they tell us that he was special forces?
I don't think they did, but he has a gun, so, and he's British, so I guess you're just supposed to assume. Because Tommy Flanagan, our favourite
love Tommy Flanagan.
Irish man with the scar who's in just about every movie.
How did he get those scars?
Apparently, he was also in the Special Forces.
But they never talk about anything like that.
He's just
It would have been good if they'd have.
he's cannon fodder for the aliens, basically.
Yeah, he was okay. I mean, as soon as I saw him, I went, "It's Tommy Flanagan," and it was like, "What's he doing?"
He didn't get much to do in this movie,
No,
which is a shame because he's a really good actor.
I think they would have probably had a bigger part for him, and they've cut it
Yeah.
down.
I think he's often underutilized,
Mm.
actually.
Yeah, I would use him as the Joker.
Ooh, he would make a good Joker.
He would make a great Joker.
Yeah.
But I mean,
take that on board, guys.
Barry
Like,
Keoghan though.
Tommy Flanagan, give the man a chance. He's paid his dues. Give him a decent
What was he in
role.
again?
Braveheart.
And was he in Sons of Anarchy or something like
I
that?
never watched that show, but
Yeah.
yes.
Who watches that crap? Oh, yeah. Sorry to those millions of people out there.
But we also have I can't read my own writing. I think it's Carsten Norgard who played Rustin. He's our Dutch guy.
That dude that fell down the hole.
Yeah,
Right, yeah.
he was the head of the drill team. Fun facts: he actually broke a couple of ribs falling down that hole.
Oh, I wouldn't. Did they actually push him down there? Did they?
I don't know. It doesn't actually say exactly how he did it, but yeah, during filming that shot, he broke
Well-
ribs. Didn't know for the whole day. Just assumed, this is
Saw.
part of it. And but then when he found out, he felt really good about himself, like, oh, big tough guy. And then can't remember, one of the production guys came up and went, oh yeah, nah. Robin Shaw, who was on Mortal Kombat, one of the main guys in Mortal Kombat. Yeah,
Liu Kang.
Liu Kang. Yeah, every time
Wins.
he did a fight scene, he broke a rib basically.
Wow.
So it was like, break a rib. It's no big
Were
deal.
they Swedes or Nords?
Who?
The guy in the Antarctic. They're all Norwegian,
I don't know.
or were they Swedes?
Did they say?
There's one shot in it. I was like, oh my god, they actually went there. It's a shot where they're on the rim of the peninsula where the hole is going down, and they're all up on a ridge. And it was like, oh, this is taken directly from the thing. It was shot for shot, and I was like, that actually gave me good vibes because I like it when people homage. There was another shot just when Sebastian was being introduced.
Yeah.
And it was exactly the shot of in India, Raiders of the Lost Ark, where when they're going up the walkway and the Ark of the Covenant's being dug out
There was
in the
even
back.
a line, wasn't there, that was
Yeah.
like almost straight out of. Oh yeah. When they're talking about who can enter the pyramid, the line was only the chosen ones may enter, and I'm thinking only the penitent man will pass.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
straight out.
You can tell he loves his Spielberg.
Yeah.
Who doesn't? He is the best. I don't care what you say. It's not Carol Reed, Dave. It's not Powell Pressburger, Dave.
Come for us, Dave.
Yeah.
We'll fight you.
We'll just take your stick away. Well, I haven't done any of my list yet.
No, go on. Keep going.
No. Oh, yeah, the 7-day thing. That made me laugh my head off. Because she says,
7-day thing?
remember at the beginning that she says we've got 7 days to train all these people, and then it cut to the immediately?
Was it? I thought she said we have 3 weeks.
No, she said 7 days.
Really?
Yeah. That, and they're diggers. 7 days, and they're diggers to train them to do something they're not used to.
It's like training the astronauts in Armageddon.
Yeah. I was sitting there going, they're diggers and they're getting 7 days worth of training. What does this remind me of? I actually love Armageddon. I know you hate it. It's a good film. I cry every time I watch it. Harry! It's Ben Affleck crying. I can't see that man crying. It upsets me. If Batman had cried, I would have been a wet puddle in the cinema.
I have nothing against Ben Affleck. I think he's great, but that movie.
Armageddon's great. That song. I saw Aerosmith do it live. It was great.
That's great.
Yeah. That was before Van Halen.
Michael Bay can go eat a shit. Sorry.
You get wrecked. You get wrecked.
Get wrecked. Yeah.
Well, new Michael Bay. Post Transformers Michael Bay.
No, well.
Because Transformers 1's a good film. I will stand by that film. I liked it. Misogynistic? Yes. Very.
But that's the Michael Bay brand.
It is. He's on brand.
Yeah.
But the rest of the film, apart from his obsession with young women, it's a good film. Transformers, it's a well-loved film by young men. Young guys. Like I'm talking about.
Not just guys. I liked it. I thought the first Transformers was good.
Well, there you go. It's a fun film for everyone.
Misogyny aside, I thought it was good.
Yes, because no one opens a freaking bonnet like that. We call it bonnet in Australia from anyone's watching from America. We call it a bonnet and a boot.
Fun facts.
Yeah. There was one shot where a predator gets one of his staffs and he throws it at one of the characters and impales him on a wall. And he walks up to him and looks at him and it's like, I'm just waiting for his head just, tilt on the side. Tilt on the side like Michael Myers. Because it was a shot for shot out of Halloween. Like you saw his feet go like twitch a bit and then like you saw the wide shot of the predator looking at him. I was like, man, that is Halloween. I mean, I basically wrote down everything that Anderson ripped off in this film, but he did it such a good way.
I was gonna say, we're taking the piss, but yeah, the homages were good.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got to talk about them. Oh, I'll leave that to the end.
Okay. Are you going to talk about your biggest bone of contention in this movie?
What's that?
The gestation period of the facehuggers, and yeah, I have to agree. Like,
it's my biggest.
I mean, it
issue.
It changes from film to film. We know that it's
not really.
The first, no, it does.
Kane was there for what, 3 days, and then he rose again.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a parable for something. Yeah. And then in Aliens, they were there for at least 12 hours.
Yeah.
At the very least.
Yeah. In Alien Resurrection, that was probably like 6 hours or so.
This is
Alien 3 was probably
12 hours.
12 hours. Yeah.
So, but in this one, I don't even think they got to 12 minutes. It was there's one nameless female. She was no name. She was
her name was Adele. Actually, her character's name was Adele, and she was an armed escort.
I don't care if she's a prostitute. Why'd you bring that into it? Jesus. That's upsetting. She's not woke, people. Anyway, she got the face hugger on her, which looked like a vagina penis.
Yeah, but they're supposed to.
Yeah, it was really for a PG film.
Yeah,
it was really obvious. It was like the sexual representation was just like
Yeah.
Oh my
It's my
lord,
favourite representation of the face huggers. 'Cause I've made a face hugger myself.
she has.
Mine is a combination of male and female genitalia because I think that is the best combo ever.
Well, it's
Um,
penetrating, but it's also laying an
that-
egg.
That's it. You got to have the best of both worlds, and they nailed it in this movie. They absolutely nailed it.
They did.
Yeah.
But she got the alien,
Mm.
the face hugger, and then she wakes up. The face hugger's right next to her. She gets up, and immediately as she gets up, it goes yeah, out of her chest. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
There's no preamble. There's no payoff, really.
No.
It was just like, it would have been nice if they'd all gotten off the table.
Yeah.
The doors opened, they go out, and then, like, they're trying to head to the surface,
Yeah.
and then,
Because I mean, they did go from the face huggers landing on them to a different scene and then back to them. So you could forgive it and say there's been a passage of time, but you get no sense
there
that
wasn't,
there was a passage of time
because because the doors hadn't moved.
Yeah.
And remember what Sebastian said, it's every 10 minutes, the doors.
Yeah.
So it was less than 10 minutes,
Yeah.
folks. Less than 10 minutes.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's true. They actually, you could have forgiven them for that if they
Until-
hadn't have screwed it in their own dialogue.
Yeah.
By saying that, yeah.
10 minutes is not a long time to have be penetrated and then give birth.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah.
Poor Adele.
Poor Adele.
Sorry, Adele.
What's her famous song? Hello? That's what they should have had. I mean, it was way before her time, but the little creature come out.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
if I did that with
Yeah.
Muppets,
Yeah.
that's how it would be.
Yeah. That's all I can picture now.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
I've ruined the film for her, folks.
Yeah.
I do that often. Let me just say, I ruined many films. Jeez. Okay, we're just looking at all our notes. Please don't think we're unprofessional, but
Yeah,
but
so this first time doing this, so we're, still reading from the.
are you
book
nervous?
and stuff.
I'm not nervous. It's great.
No, we're doing
Actually,
all right. I
we
think-
talk to each
yeah.
other like this until 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. So now we're bringing it to the masses, and we apologise.
I don't. There will be reverb on that in post.
Hopefully you like it, and we'll come back for more.
I don't
And
care.
we'll-
I don't care if they like it or not. Why bother? I do care.
we do.
Please like and
We do.
subscribe.
like and subscribe.
I say that.
Hit that notification button.
I say that to every person that comes into my store. I work in a store, and every person that tells me they've got a podcast or a YouTube channel like that, I say, "Oh, don't forget, like and subscribe." And I've had some people just go, "Ha ha ha ha," and some people just go, and it's great. I love it. I'm a stirrer. I'm a shit stirrer. I should be a professional shit stirrer.
Isn't that what we're doing now?
Well, if I make
Yeah.
money out of this, which I'm not intending to, but if I do, then I'll be a professional shit stirrer.
That's a good job.
It is.
Anyway, moving on. I want to talk about the editing of this movie.
Oh, hold on. The ADHD-ness of this movie.
Yeah.
Well, some of it's really good, though. That's the thing. It's such a hit and miss. I think they had additional editing. I don't think the main editor was a bad editor at all. I think they would have had. I think they would have had someone else come in afterwards from studio
Yeah.
notes and say, "We need to tighten this up. We need to make it more
Yeah.
punchy." You know,
Yeah. It was.
it was punchy.
There was a stark difference between the editing of the Alien and Predator fights, as compared to the aliens versus humans or predators versus humans. Every time the predator or the alien was fighting a human, it was like, to me, it was like watching a Jason Bourne movie. It's like chop, 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 chop. Can't see what's going on. I don't know who's being killed.
Or how?
Or how, yeah. Which, it doesn't help that they cut away because it's PG. But, couldn't tell what was going on. But when the alien and predator were fighting each other, that was very cool.
You knew what was going on.
Yeah.
That was the best part of the film, in my opinion. When my favorite shot of the film, or should I leave that to the end?
Yeah, we'll get to
We'll get that to the end.
Yeah.
But there was one shot where the alien jumps from, where's my hand? Jumps from like here and goes all the way to the predator and like lands on him. And it was just like, I don't know if that was CG or if it was a practical thing.
Both.
But
was
it
both.
looks seamless. And this is a 2004 film.
Yeah.
The special effects, the special effects in this film were outstanding.
Yeah.
The CG was exactly what they should have done in. I mean, I know it was a few years before, but in Alien Resurrection, it would have been believable. And
Yeah.
if they had a good writer,
This is
I'm
actually
waiting.
to me.
I'm waiting. She doesn't remember it was Joss Whedon.
I do remember it was Joss Whedon.
I'm waiting to get hit.
To me, this was a masterclass in the perfect combination of practical and CG effects because
Absolutely.
they made all of the puppets for both creatures in various sizes, and they mostly stuck to the puppets except when they needed faster movements, like the tails of the aliens were CG because I think if you watch the Aliens when she's fighting the queen, you get the tail whipping back and forth, and it's a bit robotic and
I
shitty.
think it looks awesome.
I mean, it's great for the time, but
You weren't there in '86. You didn't watch it at the cinema.
it was awesome. But it's not a realistic movement, so they cut the tail out and put the CG tail in, and it was flawless.
It was seamless.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever experienced such a moment in an alien film since probably Aliens.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
the effects.
you know, I'm a sucker for that stuff.
Yeah.
Though.
I mean, the effects throughout the movie were pretty great. There was only a couple of times where I could actually find something to critique, which was, I think, towards the end when they were running out of the pyramid, the matte lines on the people against the green screen were.
When they were running, and you saw a top-down shot.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
That was bad.
But I forgive that completely for what they did beforehand because
that's the only thing we could critique out of the whole movie.
Oh, and the PG-ness.
And the PG.
But the when the alien queen is laying the eggs and it goes like that with the thing, and it's just so gooey and amniotic fluids and just it was like seeing something give birth, and it was horrible. It was brief, very brief, but I was thinking they nailed this.
Yeah,
I got to PWS Anderson.
I wonder
fantastic
if they
stuff.
had advisors who work in the healthcare industry.
Probably
because I'm a registered nurse, and the first thing I noticed when she was laying the egg, the mucus had a very thick, looked like a mucosal lining. I'm like, that looks like the inside of a bowel. That's amazing.
She said that to me, and I was
how did they do that?
I was very put off by that.
Whoever came up with that, I'm impressed.
You know, this is supposed to be called Shitcast.
I know. That's the thing. We have every intention of coming here and talking shit about a B grade movie, but
we can't find much.
We ended up kind of liking it.
We should have watched Requiem.
Yeah.
Because they have a character named Dallas in that.
Yes.
At least this didn't actually, point of contention, there was a couple of references where I was like, oh, you got to be freaking kidding me. Wayland at one point is just sitting looking at something on a screen, and he's absently minded doing the old knife trick that was from Aliens, where Bill Paxton, I can't remember, was it Niedermeyer? No, what's his name? Spunkmeyer. But the other guy, yeah, he puts his hand on his and does the old knife trick. Yeah. But Wayland was doing that with a pen, just absent-mindedly on his other hand. I'm thinking, dude, that's like a couple of 100 years in the future. Why are you referencing that?
Yeah.
I was really like, you don't have to reference things that happen in the future because the future's not written.
It's actually a really common critique amongst a lot of the reviewers for this movie, actually, the fact that they kind of shoehorn in a lot of references to the point where it's almost gratuitous.
Well, I groaned at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, you probably heard me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, why? But, I mean, still, it was cool. And I don't want to offend anyone, but the incels out there would have just gone, yeah, he's doing the knife thing. Yeah. You know, say hi to your mum for me. But it was groan worthy for me.
Yeah, but I could forgive it though because the set design,
That was so good, and the lighting.
the set design,
Who was
the
the
lighting,
DP?
the creature design.
Did we find out who the DP
No,
was?
we were supposed to find out who the DP is.
He's fantastic. There's no one famous from far as I know, but did a great job. It might have been Peter.
Let me
While
Google this.
while I talk,
I'm a Google this.
while Paul W.S. Anderson's got very consistent look to his films, and I love the look of his movies. I'm a fan. I can't fault the guy. I mean, I can. I mean, he did produce. Was it Underworld Awakening and Blood Wars?
Oh God.
Whew, I love the Underworld films. We just watched the entire series a few weeks ago, and I loved it. But those last two, I mean, I love the fact that they've got Kate Beckinsale in it, but please let it die.
Cinematography was David Johnson.
She's Wikipediaing it. Like, see, okay, folks, there's two kinds of folks out there that look up movie stuff. There's the IMDb crowd, and there's the Wikipedia crowd. Okay, IMDb is an industry standard. If you look it up, I'm on there, and that was the neighbor. Okay, bless you.
Bless
And
you
again. And we literally had like wars here. It's like I like Google Maps. She likes Apple Maps.
I don't like Apple Maps. It's just
That's the
on
one that comes
my
up.
phone and it's easier. Whatever.
Okay, so that is the difference, because I like IMDb because it gets you all the information quickly. She's going through Wikipedia right now.
I'm on IMDb actually.
Okay. I could just go like this and go like this. All cast and crew.
Direction set degree.
Okay. So please talk amongst yourself for a minute. Director for David Johnson, who also has done Resident Evil. See? Resident Evil Extinction. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought he was great. Actually, he is pretty damn good. Oh, he does Yellowstone. Did a couple of episodes of that. Okay. It's so unprofessional looking at all this.
He's done one of Adele's music videos.
Oh, so Alien vs. Predator, Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Extinction. Okay. I don't want to know his personal details. Bloody hell. He's camera operator as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's done, and he's directed a couple of things.
Look, I thought he was fine, but I don't think that was the make or break of the movie. I think the set design and the practical effects, the creature development, is what sold the entire thing. And the costume design was quite good as well.
Oh, I just want to talk about the sound design as well. My Lord, that was good.
Yes.
The sound design is amazing. I mean, there's nothing as visceral as one of them ends, I think it's Aliens, with a face hugger going across the back of the surround sounds.
Yeah.
I've got Alien vs. Predator, I've got a lot of history with. Back in 97, I had my first surround sound gaming system, and I played the game Alien vs. Predator. And I heard a face hugger go all around. I turned it off at that point. This is like 5 minutes in the game. I turned it off. I said, no, I am not going to give myself a heart attack playing this game. So I eventually just watched it on YouTube, people playing it.
When I heard that, I was like,
yeah. So in Aliens, at the very end, because I stay throughout all the credits, I will not leave the cinema until the credits are finished. It's respect. And sometimes you get really good Easter eggs. Like at the end of Aliens, it goes, and I just went like that. It scared the crap out of me. It was great. This had some very similar things, and I applaud the fact that they didn't use music in a lot of sequences.
yeah.
Because they use sound design as an effect, which it is, and without score, it makes the sound design a lot more effective.
Yeah, and it made the first third of, because you don't actually see an alien or a predator for, I think, for the first 45 minutes of the movie, but you don't care because it's actually the tension is
They have a lot
pretty
of
high.
music up until
Yeah.
the aliens and predators come in.
Yeah.
And then when they do, when the shit hits the fan,
all hell breaks loose.
yeah, there's music when there needs to be to ramp up the tension,
Yeah.
but then there's quiet parts where it's just sound design.
Yeah.
And I was just like, mwah, chef's kiss on every department in this film, except for the additional editing. I'm sure it's additional. It couldn't be main
It has
unit.
to be.
Yeah,
It has to be.
because not every film comes out of the meat grinder nowadays without some tampering. Even back then,
Because there were some really good editing choices as well. There were some awesome transitions. I thought
hologram
with
into the real set.
Yeah, that's it. They did it a couple of times where the
But that's P.W.S. Anderson.
yeah.
Yeah, he did that in Resident Evil. So I'm thinking it's also
Again, it's very video gamey, but
yeah,
it was
works.
flawless.
And I think I would say that they do that to save on budget, because if you had to build like the entire chamber, what they showed in the hologram, if you had to build that set and then go into it and all that, it'd take the entire film's budget.
Well, fun facts, they actually did build, I think, somewhere between 25 and 30 sets for that movie. They actually built.
No wonder they shoot them in Prague.
Yeah, practical sets. So I do not know how they managed to build that many sets that looked that good, because every single one of them looked good. You could every single scene you could point to something and go, look at that, that's amazing. That the attention to detail was just top notch. So how they did that and stayed under budget, I do not know. But yeah.
Cool. So
the set designer's one of my people. Very DIY, obviously.
yeah. Yes, they are. Okay, so we're going to go now to our final thoughts on this film.
Yes.
Now, ladies first.
I was pleasantly surprised by this movie. I think it is a movie for a particular crowd, though. If you're going into it expecting a movie like Alien or Aliens or Predator, it's not that movie at all. If you're going into it expecting basically a video game come to life, you're going to have a really good time. So it's for those people. It's a really solid B movie that they actually left open for a sequel at the end. They did have a sequel, didn't they?
Let's forget about that.
We don't talk about Alien versus Predator 2.
Requiem. Yeah. Okay, my thoughts, I was shocked and awed by this one. I did not expect it to be as good as it was. I remembered it being a very cheap-looking knockoff film from two franchises I loved, but it was ultimately disappointing. I was not disappointed this time. I think time has really helped this film. Like the amount of time it's been. It's 20 years since it came out. I'm old, and it's worked for it because the effects are just top notch. It's Jurassic Park level effects. Like when you saw Jurassic Park for the first time, it was like revolutionary. Looking back at a film that was made 20 years ago, I'm thinking, why can't they get it right now, Marvel? Why can't they get it right now, Marvel? It's like, put some effort in.
Yeah, the answer is stop using all CG. Practical
rules.
Is the way to go. We can tell, even good CG, we can tell the difference.
And I can actually see the scan lines in the TVs they use in the back of Marvel. But anyway, amazing score. I love the score as well. Didn't talk much about that, but it's a really good score. John Williams once said, if you hear the score in a movie, you have failed, because you're not supposed to hear the score. You're supposed to feel the score. And all his scores are perfect to me because he's the best. But he was right on the money, because the score in this went under the radar.
Who did the score in this movie?
Some starting with H. It was L. Yeah.
Yeah, Harold Klauser.
Okay, what else has Harold done? But yeah, I think the score was fantastic. The sound design was amazing.
Austrian composer.
Yeah.
Oh, he did. Okay.
Yeah.
The Day After Tomorrow.
Yeah. We'll forgive him for that.
Oh,
he's done Moonfall.
Moonfall in 2012. So he's Roland Emmerich's
Dude.
composer. Yeah.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did the game as well.
Yeah.
He's a very good composer, I think anyway.
Yeah.
And his music went under the radar. So that's the most important thing, is music that you don't hear is actually better than music that is too bombastic. People will fight me on that and say John Williams' scores are bombastic, but they make you feel.
Yeah.
That's, but this one made you pay attention, especially in the quieter moments. You really felt like the sound design was doing all the work, which is great. Final thoughts are, the lead character was okay. I had no problems with her. I thought she was pretty cool. I remember the controversy of her teaming up with the Predator when it first came out. People were so upset about that. Oh, well, it's like a buddy movie near the end. It's like, no, it's not. It's really not. There's a show of respect for warriors and things like that. The girl from Prey would have easily fit in this film.
Yeah.
Because it was very
I think that's
similar character.
That's the kind of thing they were trying to get across. Yeah.
And there's a sequel coming out. Got announced this morning.
Awesome.
Dan Trachtenberg's coming back for it.
Very excited.
He's a great director. So great film. I have no problems saying I really, really like this film.
It's not for everyone. It is a B movie. It does have a bunch of one-dimensional characters. It's a very simple story, but
told well.
Yeah. If you go into it just expecting aliens versus predators, the tagline, then
you're not going to be disappointed.
You're not going to be disappointed.
I mean, I loved Mortal Kombat when it came out. Loved it.
So did I, sadly.
Yeah, and Mortal Kombat 2 is the worst cinema experience I've had.
Yeah, we don't talk about
I counted the folds and the curtains, guys. It was awful. We should do that next year. So I will rate this, because I love giving films ratings. I hate, at the same time, making lists, but I love ratings. I'm going to go up from what I said earlier on. I'm going to give it 8 out of 10.
Really?
I really liked it that much. The only thing that stops it from being, a better film. Actually, no, I'll give 7.5. I'll meet it halfway. 7.5 out of 10 is the optical processing at the end, and the one-dimensionalness of the characters, and the bloodless deaths of the humans. Yeah,
I give it a 7 out of 10. It doesn't lose any points for the shitty optical at the end, because that happens, and it was just one scene. But I cannot abide the choppy editing. I hate not being able to see what's going on, and I cannot abide one-dimensional characters.
I also got to say, movies need to be shot on film.
Yes.
There's one shot where they're going over all the crypts.
Yeah.
And I just went, oh, there's film grain. There's actual film grain there, and it was just so beautiful. The difference between this, Prometheus, and Alien Covenant is the fact that they suck because they shot digitally.
Yeah.
And one was shot in Australia. And they used parts from my shop. And I could tell straight away, oh, that's a ZD0154.
Yeah, we won't get into Warren's issues with Australian film because it's wrong and unhealthy, and it'll get him hate on the internet. So
I love road games. Road games awesome. Mad Max 2 is fantastic.
Good, yeah.
I prefer Beyond Thunderdome because I love the song.
Anyway, we're talking about Alien versus Predator.
Yes. Okay, so now we have something that's hopefully unique to us. It's probably not.
No, but it's something we want to do with all of our shitcasts. At the end of every shitcast, we're going to give out some awards.
Yes, and
for certain things.
Yes. Who is this movie for? We've done that.
We already talked about that.
Okay, worst line.
Yeah, worst line of dialogue.
I've got it.
You got it? Okay.
I've got it.
You want to go first?
Yeah, I do. When Ewan Bremner is showing the guy his photograph, showing his photographs, there's a comment made about later on where he talks about how he shows photos of his children.
Yeah.
And Sebastian says,
Well, you need to preface this because, he earlier in the film, Spud shows Alexa pictures of his children, and she's kind of like, yeah, great pictures of children. And then later in the movie, as a joke, he threatens to show her pictures of his children again. That's fine. But then Sebastian, our sexy Italian archaeologist, says,
what if he had pictures of other people's children? Other people's kids.
Yeah. What if we have pictures of other people's kids?
Major pedo vibes.
Yeah.
That's the worst line to me
Yeah.
in the film.
Comes out of nowhere.
It's just like, what the hell?
The way it's delivered is creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not good.
No.
And that's the worst line in the film
Yeah.
for me. And my favourite line.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, you go your worst line.
Okay. No, my worst line was the same.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
Good.
That was my worst
We
line as
agree
well.
on something. Wow. My favourite line is when the predator is sort of like bashing Wayland around,
Mm-hmm.
and and he looks at Wayland and he sees that he's got cancer. Like he goes, and then like he walks away from him because he's got cancer. He's going to die, and the predator doesn't kill dying people, which is very noble. Wayland goes, "Don't you turn your back on me," and he gets a flare. And he, whatever else he gets, and he like makes a flamethrower and like burns the predator. I love that. That was cool.
I would actually have to agree again. I had a different line earlier in the movie. Adele, our lady who dies via chest burster.
Vagina penis.
Yeah, vagina penis.
TM.
Is explaining to Alexa why she is bringing a gun with her to a fight.
Alexa, please explain.
Why she's bringing a gun to a fight where you'll probably die anyway.
It's a line.
Yeah. And I think it's kind of a stolen line from
It is
various other movies, but it's still
Tarantino.
a cool line.
True
It
romance.
says, I'd rather have one than need it and not have one. I thought that was pretty cool. Until Bishop was like,
Don't you turn your
Don't
back
turn
on
your
me. Yeah.
he earned that.
He
that was
did.
a good line.
And we won't tell you his fate. He dies. But that need a gun, have a gun.
Yeah.
That is Clarence from
Yeah.
True Romance.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, give it to line to someone who's actually cool. You know,
I thought it was a really good delivery, though. I enjoyed it. But anyway.
the best delivery was when the chest burster came out of her.
He really doesn't like this character.
No, she was a waste of space. If she'd had a character, I would have said that she's a good character. But, just because you are a character doesn't mean you have character.
Anyway.
Tarantino.
Most over-the-top performance. I was expecting to have a list here with this movie, but actually most people were
pretty good.
pretty good. It wasn't the performance per se, but just the act of our sexy Italian archaeologist constantly stating the obvious over and over and over again.
Exposition Man.
Exposition Man was doing my head in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. I actually like the
And the way he was expositing was...
The door.
It came across as...
The door.
I don't think it meant it to be condescending, but it felt condescending to me.
Mansplaining.
It was very mansplaining.
He was.
Yeah.
Because he was talking to Alexa.
Yeah.
But I loved Spud's turn when he says, he says, don't you give up, to Tommy Flanagan. He says, don't you give up, so I'll carry you out on my back if I have to. I was like, yeah, Spud, the hero. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we knew it wasn't going to
Go the way
well,
you wanted to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
What else we got? Oh, we have an award for shittiest special effect, which again I thought would be really easy to give out this award for this movie, but literally all we can give it to is the
Optical processing. Yeah.
the shitty matte lines on the digital composite in that. Yeah, one of the final shots of the movie. The rest was
pretty damn good. Yeah.
Actually really, really, really good. So good on you, movie.
Well done. Okay, and what's the last award? Any more awards?
Most confusing editing moment.
Oh,
the predator's first attack against the humans. The choppy editing. I could not tell. Like I think 3 or 4 people died in that scene.
1 minute.
Yeah, I could not tell who was killed and when or how they were killed, which was really annoying because then we go to the next scene and we're missing a whole pile of people. I'm like, are they dead? Did they
They're
get taken away?
the Nords, the Norwegian crew from The Thing that are cannon fodder.
Yeah, but our sexy British guy died then as well.
Yeah, he did, didn't he?
Did. And then I was thinking 5 minutes later, how did he die? I don't remember seeing him die.
I agree. That was pretty bad.
Yeah.
I mean, they have because they had quite a big cast because they have a whole team going down there, and that's the justification probably for the film's plot is the fact that they have a whole team, and they have to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Somehow, and not all of them got killed by aliens, which is good actually because if you look at it and people have a complaint about this film where the predator teams up with the girl, they wholesale kill people throughout the entire movie. There's not it's not a matchup of like they're going to go off into the sunset and Loja, spoiler alert, he dies or it dies. Pronouns, sorry, predator. Sorry to all the predators out there. And it was violent. They were violent. You know, if someone had a gun, that's the one thing about this law that I love. Here you go, Preston. I said law about this is the fact that they kept it on the same thing. If you've got a weapon, you're probably going to die, and that's the one thing that made Prey so damn good.
Yeah.
And like there's one character that didn't have a weapon, and the predator just left him alone, and
then he picked up the weapon.
It was very, very on brand with Predator. I love that actually. If they'd just kept that on brand stuff with the aliens, you know, with the gestational period, then it would be. I would have given it. I know I said 8. I'd give 7.5. It would have been 8.5 if the alien gestational period had been more. But the doors had to move.
We forgot to talk about trivia.
Oh, what? I don't have any.
I actually have some fun facts. Aside from our Dutch friend breaking his ribs, Arnold Schwarzenegger actually offered to reprise his role as Dutch from Predator.
Offered?
He offered.
Wow.
Offered to reprise his role as Dutch as a cameo at the end of the film if he lost the election for governor of California.
He won.
But he won.
Damn it.
He didn't do it.
You stupid Californians. Why did you vote for him?
Another fun bit of trivia. And
you're all smart Californians. You're the best state in America. You've got smart cars and you care about the environment and your health. Love yous.
Anyway.
I'm not cutting that out.
For lovers of the original Alien movie, you may have noticed in the sacrificial room, there's, I can't remember exactly how many, would have been 8, I think.
Yes.
People in a
8 sacrificial slabs.
Yeah, slabs in a circle laid out in exactly the same way as the people were laid out in their cryotubes in the beginning of the first
I spotted
movie.
that. That was so cool. Yeah. And I like on the floor the alien wrapped up, curled on itself in a fetal position as an actual what do they call it? Diorama?
Diorama, yeah.
Yeah. Is it diorama? Or no, grate. A grate. It was a grate, wasn't it? Whatever. There was a big symbol of the alien on the floor that was a grate, and it was great. Great.
It was great.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. So, shall we?
Shall we what? Are we done?
I think we're done.
We're done.
We're done. Hey! Woo! High five.
Woohoo!
Our first episode recorded.
Yes.
Yes. And it only took, we came up with this idea to do this Monday night, Tuesday night.
A couple of nights ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we literally wrote down every film that we want to do and all of the.
Oh, should we tell people
segments?
what's coming up next?
We should.
Yes. Next on our list in the alphabet is B, obviously. So we are going to be shitcasting Batman Forever.
And this one, I know we can shitcast.
Yeah.
We can rip the shit out of this one.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait.
Look forward to that in the coming weeks.
Although I did buy it on 4K. But I'm a completist.
That doesn't mean it's a good movie.
No. I've got a lot of bad movies in 4K. Don't you dare. Last Starfighter was a masterpiece.
Won't say anything.
Okay, so from me, stay hydrated.
And for me, leggings are not pants. Remember that.
I'll remember it. I'll remember it well.
The world should remember that.
Okay, so good night, folks. It's good night from me and good night from her.
Thanks for tuning in, and we hope to see you again.
We can say it. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
We're so
Hit that notification bell.
sorry.